usually Tsholoofelo, but it's okay. Moderator, on behalf of the Permanent Mission of South Africa, allow me to thank all participants for coming to this important event. We similarly wish to pay tribute to the distinguished panelists, more especially those representing the aspirations of the Sahrawi people. I thank you for sharing your testimonies as well. Indeed, as we heard today, the use of arbitrary detention by Morocco is not just a human rights violation. It is an instrument to dismantle all form of peaceful resistance and instill a climate of fear. We should be seriously worried that the Sahrawi people are not only imprisoned for their activism, but that they are denied basic legal protections. They are routinely arrested without warrants, held incommunicado, tortured into signing false confessions, and sentenced in trials where access to independent legal counsel is either restricted or entirely denied. All of us sitting in this room know very well that these concerns have been echoed in findings made by the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention and the UN Committee Against Torture. Yet they are consistently and willfully ignored. What then happens instead is that victims and their families are being subjected to reprisals. This too has been confirmed most recently in a statement published by 8 UN Special Rapporteurs, which denounced Morocco's ongoing campaign of repression, racial discrimination, and violence against the Sahrawi people. This side event, therefore, is especially timely, given that HRC 60 will be considering the resolution on arbitrary detention. As South Africans, we are all too familiar with such violations, which were a central feature of our shameful apartheid past. Much like the experience of the Sahrawi people, arbitrary detention was a hallmark of the apartheid regime's efforts to silence any opposition. Accordingly, a democratic South Africa could never countenance such violations, as to do so would amount to a fundamental betrayal of our proud memory of those who fought so that we could be free. South Africa, therefore, is pleased to co-sponsor this side event. This is more so that the case as the system of arbitrary detention, together with the violations being perpetrated against the Sahrawi people, does not exist in vacuum, but forms part of a broader effort to undermine the ability to realize their inalienable right to self-determination. Indeed, as far back as 2006, the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights expressed serious concern with the human rights situation in Western Sahara and linked the violations taking place directly to the denial of the right to self-determination. This right is similarly enshrined in both the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, which frame the work of the Human Rights Council. It is provided in the seminal document which is in the agenda of the Council, namely the Vienna Declaration and Programme of Action, that similarly recognizes the right of peoples to take any legitimate action in accordance with the Charter of the UN to realize their right to self-determination, asserting further that its denial is a violation of human rights. Yet, the dire situation in Western Sahara continues to be hidden in the shadows, away from the Human Rights Council's view and beyond. As some states have chosen expediency over principle, sacrificing the rights of the Sahrawi people at the altar of geopolitical interests. As part of this process, for the 9th consecutive year, the OCHR has been denied access to Western Sahara, despite repeated official requests from the High Commissioner and calls by the Security Council to enhance cooperation, including through such visits. The absence of such international monitoring only serves to exacerbate such violations, fueling a climate of impunity. However, while the demand for international monitoring is critical, it is insufficient in and of itself. Indeed, this human tragedy will continue unless and until we bring a decisive end to the ongoing unlawful occupation of Western Sahara. We can no longer afford a situation where the law only serves to promote the interests of the powerful. This, together with the unilateral actions taken by some states, only serve to weaken international law and undermine the credibility of institutions entrusted with this implementation, benefiting no one. In conclusion, Madam Moderator, it remains of critical importance that as an international community, we work together to end any selectivity and double standards and ensure that the Sahrawi people are finally able to determine their own destiny. In this 50th anniversary year of the seminal International Court of Justice ruling on Western Sahara, we dare not let the Sahrawi people down. Thank you.